welcome to Colorful Creative Watercolors, and I'm Laurie, and we are going to do a monochromatic forest using Dyke Brown. So first things first, I'm just grabbing a very watered down version of my Dyke Brown. You can use any brown you choose if you're going to follow along, or actually any color you choose, but we're going to use that same color throughout this video. So I'm just basically creating the very background. And now once that's dry, we're going to add a little bit more of that Dyke Brown pigment. And we're going to just making the middle ground. And it's supposed to just look like a foresty in the background. So that's why I'm using a number 2 round brush. I'm also using cold pressed paper, my paper of choice, which is Canson. And so we're just kind of making it look like, you know, there's some peaks back there with some of the trees. And then once that dries, we will get the, well, I'm just filling that in there a little bit. Okay, now once that dries, then we're going to do the foreground, and that's going to be our darkest value of the Dyke. And here, I'm just creating some little trees. And I had a little bit too much paint on my, or too much water, or too much paint mixture on my brush. My trees didn't get the way I wanted it to, so I've kind of thickened it up a little bit. And now I can create my trees, just making those lines and just doing those dashes just to create the look of foresty trees. And we'll do that the whole way across, because that is our foreground, but you can see how the color value has changed. The less water, the darker your pigment will be. But so there, when you're doing a painting, you always want to remember the background is always the lighter value, and then your middle ground is your medium value of color, and then the foreground, of course, will be your darkest. That's where you want it to stand out. So we're just going to paint these trees going across there. This is a very simple landscape picture of a foresty area. And it could be mountains or just forest or whatever you want to call it. But this is what we're doing today. And it's just basically showing you color value and how you just, with less water, your pigment is darker. And it's all about water control. So we're just making those trees. Of course, whenever you do trees for a foresty area or a wooded area, you always want your trees to have different heights, because you don't want them all in a row the same height, because it looks very boring. Because in nature, that's not how trees grow. So we'll just keep going across there with our trees. And that darkest value of, yeah, it's Dyke. I'm assuming I'm saying that right. Dyke Brown. Like I said, you can use any color you want. You could do it in greens. You could do it any color you want it to be. You could do it in reds, oranges, whatever you want it. If you wanted it to be a fall autumny theme and do like an orangey one, that would be fun, or an orangey red. But as long as you're using the same color, it makes it monochromatic. It's just the different value of that color. So there we pretty much have our trees in. So what I'm going to do is I grab some more pigment. Now I'm just going to go across the bottom there. And now I'm more or less, as you can see, I'm dry brushing that in just to give the foreground a little bit, because I want the trees to be the focal, but the foreground is just kind of like an area of a wooded area. So hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to visit colorfulcreativewatercolors.com. And remember, stay colorful, stay creative, and have fun. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching.